You know, Zakat is one of the pillars of Islam. Can Zakat change the world? Let's know.
Imagine a world where the obligation of zakat is strengthened by the power of digital technology. Imagine a widow in a remote village receiving zakat directly into her mobile wallet. Imagine a small entrepreneur using zakat's support to purchase equipment, start a business, and create jobs. Imagine donors tracking, with greater transparency, how their zakat moves from collection to distribution and eventually helps families escape poverty. This is not merely a technological dream. It is the emerging world of digital zakat. For centuries, zakat has served as a divine mechanism for wealth circulation, poverty alleviation, and social solidarity. Today, however, the world faces new challenges: rapid urbanization, financial exclusion, humanitarian crises, growing inequality, and the persistent difficulty of reaching vulnerable people efficiently. At the same time, we are living through a digital revolution. Mobile banking, digital payments, artificial intelligence, blockchain, big data, biometric identification, and digital platforms are transforming the way people save, invest, communicate, and transfer money. So, an important question arises. Can digital innovation make zakat more efficient, scalable, transparent, inclusive, and transformative? In this video, we explore the concept of digital zakat, innovating for upscale and inclusion, and how technology can help transform zakat from a fragmented charitable practice into a powerful ecosystem for inclusive human development. Digital zakat simply means using digital technologies to improve the calculation, collection, management, distribution, monitoring, and impact assessment of zakat. Traditionally, the zakat process often involved physical interaction. A donor calculated the amount manually, visited an institution or individual, and made payment through cash or cloth distributions or conventional banking channels. Today, the process can become much smarter. A digital zakat platform can help a person calculate their zakat automatically based on eligible assets. Payment can be made through mobile banking, online banking, digital wallets, cards, or other secure electronic channels.
The real potential of digital zakat system lies in creating an integrated digital ecosystem. Let's see.
This ecosystem may include digital zakat calculators, online and mobile payment platforms, centralized beneficiary databases, artificial intelligence for needs assessment, data analytics for poverty targeting, blockchain-based transparency systems, digital identity and biometric verification, mobile wallets for direct transfers, and real-time monitoring of social impact. The goal is to make zakat more accessible, accountable, efficient, and transformative.
Let's see the enormous, untapped potential of zakat.
Every year, enormous amounts of wealth are generated across Muslim societies through business, trade, agriculture, savings, investments, and other assets. Yet, in many countries, a significant portion of potential zakat remains uncollected, fragmented, or distributed without a long-term development strategy. Why? One reason is the absence of efficient systems. Many potential zakat payers do not know exactly how to calculate their zakat. Others may find the payment process inconvenient. Some may lack confidence in institutional transparency. And, in some places, zakat institutions operate with limited technology, weak data systems, and insufficient coordination. Digital technology can address many of these challenges. Imagine a zakat application connected to a secure personal financial dashboard. The system could help users identify eligible zakatable assets and estimate their obligations. It could send reminders when zakat becomes due and provide secure payment options. For zakat institutions, digital systems can reduce administrative complexity, expand outreach, and collect resources from people who may never physically visit an office. This is where upscaling becomes important. Digital technology can allow zakat institutions to reach millions rather than thousands. A platform can operate 24 hours a day. A mobile phone can become a gateway to social participation. And a simple digital transaction can connect the affluent with the vulnerable across distance, geography, and time.
There is a question.
Can technology alone guarantee inclusion? True success comes when digital innovation reaches those who have traditionally been excluded. Consider people living in remote areas. Consider elderly individuals. Consider persons with disabilities. Consider refugees, displaced families, informal workers, and households without access to traditional financial institutions. For them, financial inclusion can be life-changing. Mobile financial services can play an especially important role. Instead of requiring a beneficiary to travel long distances to collect assistance, zakat can potentially be transferred securely to a mobile wallet or accessible digital account. A digital system should not create a new form of exclusion called the digital divide. Therefore, zakat institutions must invest in digital literacy, simple and accessible applications, local language services, assistance for elderly users, accessibility for persons with disabilities, and hybrid systems that combine technology with human support. The principle should be simple. No eligible person should be excluded simply because they are digitally disadvantaged. One of the greatest challenges in zakat management is identifying the right beneficiaries. Who genuinely needs assistance? Who belongs to the eligible categories of zakat recipients? Who has already received support? Who requires emergency relief? And who has the potential to become economically self-reliant? Without reliable data, institutions may face duplication, leakage, mistargeting, and inefficiency. This is where digital data systems can become extremely valuable. A well-designed beneficiary database can help institutions understand household circumstances while protecting privacy and dignity. Data may help assess factors such as income, employment status, family size, housing conditions, education, existing sources of assistance, and livelihood potential. Artificial intelligence and data analytics may assist, not replace, human judgment. For example, digital systems can identify areas with concentrated poverty, recognize patterns of repeated vulnerability, and help institutions prioritize urgent cases. But technology must never become an excuse for injustice. Algorithms can contain bias, data can be inaccurate, and vulnerable people must never be treated merely as numbers. Therefore, human oversight, ethical governance, and Sharia principles must remain central. The best digital zakat system combines technology for efficiency, human judgment for compassion, and Islamic ethics for justice. It can make zakat easier to calculate, easier to pay, more efficient to manage, more transparent to monitor, more intelligent in targeting, and more powerful in promoting inclusion and economic empowerment. But let us remember one fundamental truth. Technology is a tool. Zakat is a moral and spiritual institution. The purpose of innovation must never be simply to make transactions faster. The purpose must be to make society more just. The ultimate measure of success is not the number of downloads, digital accounts, or transactions. It is whether a hungry person finds food, whether an unemployed person finds opportunity, whether a family escapes extreme poverty, whether a vulnerable person regains dignity, and whether wealth circulates in ways that strengthen the entire community. The future of zakat must therefore be digital in delivery, intelligent in management, transparent in governance, inclusive in access, and deeply human in purpose. Digital zakat can help us move beyond charity as a temporary response toward a system of empowerment, inclusion, dignity, and sustainable social transformation. The question is no longer whether technology will transform the way we manage zakat. The real question is, will we use technology wisely enough to unlock the full transformative potential of zakat? Can digital zakat become one of the most powerful tools for financial inclusion and poverty reduction in the 21st century? Please write your opinion in the comments.